research. I've actually done some research, one of the first and only times on this channel. I wasn't originally, again, I think I'm saying this a lot recently, I wasn't intending to do a video on this, and obviously, thanks to the response to the my reaction to the interview by Stuart Donald on BBC Newcastle, since recording that, however, I did also read the minutes from the Red and White Army meeting, and once again, we're coming across with this BS narrative about how it's the fans' fault that we're not selling the club, even though that should be absolute garbage. But, yeah, they were at it again. Look, first of all, the Red and White Army and all the other supporters groups that went along, thanks very much for going along and representing the fans. They asked the difficult questions. They asked the ones that, we needed answers to. Did we get that? Not completely. But did we expect to, really, with this regime at the moment? But obviously Stuart Donald did come out with these comments that it's the fans that are putting investors off buying the club. And as you guys may very well know by now, and I've said this on Twitter, at MichaelBowers15, just to plug me Twitter account there, I don't agree with that. I think that is absolute rubbish, and I wish that the club, and I wish Stuart Donald would stop spieling that. I thought Donald came across fairly well on BBC Newcastle for me personally, but then once I read these meeting notes, mate, right, come on. And the thing is, for me, Donald could very well still do the right thing and sell to the right buyer, but it depends it depends what he wants to do. But for research, because I've rambled on for 100 seconds or so there, for research, I decided to go through the BBC match reports for every single home game in the last 2 seasons since Donald Methven took charge of the club. Now, obviously, I understand to some level these numbers will be skewed because we had a good number. We had some pretty good away fans come to the stadium, to be fair, actually. So there's going to be a few knock off a few thousand of this for away fans, but the point is still going to stand. I've gone through all the attendance figures, and I'm just going to point out, people saying, "Oh, it's the fans' fault." Okay. So I'm just going to go through every result, and I'll let this speak for itself. Right, so the first game we had, Sunderland 2, Charlton 1, 31,075. Sunderland 3, Scunthorpe 0, 29,876. Sunderland 1, Oxford 1. And by the way, I'm not including FA Cup, League Cup, or Checkertrade/leasing.com trophy games. I'm not including any of that. I'm just doing the main league games and the playoff game against Portsmouth last season. Or over a year ago, rather. So anyway, where was I? Sunderland 1, Oxford 1, 32,193. Sunderland 1, Fleetwood 1, 29,367. Sunderland 4, Rochdale 1, 28,764. Sunderland 2, Peterborough 2, 28,727. Sunderland 3, Southend 0, 30,894. Sunderland 1, Wickham 1, 30,727. Sunderland 4, Barnsley 2, 28,514. Sunderland 2, Bristol Rovers 1, 28,971. Sunderland 1, Bradford 0. Remember, this was Boxing Day 2018. 46,039. Let me repeat that. 46,039. Yes, you'll probably have about 5,000 Bradford fans, but you had over 40,000 Sunderland fans in League One. Record, just saying. Sunderland 1, Shrewsbury 1, 33,288. Sunderland 1, Luton Town 1, 37,791. Sunderland 1, AFC Wimbledon 0, 30,424. Sunderland 1, Blackpool 1, 27,580. Sunderland 2, Accrington Stanley 2, 28,937. Sunderland 4, Gillingham 2, 28,364. Sunderland 2, Plymouth 0, 32,360. Sunderland 2, Walsall 1, 34,647. We'll continue on. Sunderland 1, Burton 1, 29,513. Bear in mind that was a home game that was rearranged at very short notice because of the Checkertrade final. Sunderland, and that was on a weeknight as well. Sunderland 4, Coventry 5, 36,134. Sunderland 2, Doncaster 0, 34,287. Sunderland 1, Portsmouth 1. This is our last regular home game of the regular season. 41,129. 41,129, remember that. Sunderland 1, Portsmouth 0. Now, this one, I'm not going to lie, I was slightly disappointed with the attendances, but I can understand why people didn't pay for it, because you're thinking, right, it's very short notice. The game was only there for about, we only knew about the game a week prior to it being played. And obviously you had the playoffs and you had Wembley potentially coming up. Bearing in mind that was just it would have been just 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks after we went the first time. And London's not a cheap place to go to, and obviously Sunderland fans, we don't come from the most richest area in the country, that's fair enough. But anyway, the Portsmouth playoff game of 26,610, that's our lowest number in this list, by the way. Then we move on to 1920, the season that's just finished. Sunderland 1, Oxford 1, 33,498. Sunderland 2, Portsmouth 1, 29,140. Sunderland 3, Wimbledon 1, 29,725. Sunderland 1, Rotherham 1, 29,078. Midweek game again. Sunderland 2, MK Dons 1, 29,954. Sunderland 5, Tranmere 0, 28,551. Sunderland 1, Southend 0, 30,407. Sunderland 1, Coventry 1, 29,809. Sunderland 1, Burton 2, 26,538. Sunderland 1, Blackpool 1, 30,595. Sunderland 0, Bolton 0, 33,821. Now we're coming into this calendar year here. Sunderland 3, Lincoln 1, 31,748. Sunderland 4, Wickham 0, 29,331. Sunderland 0, Doncaster 0, 30,251. Sunderland 1, Ipswich Town 0, 33,726. Sunderland 3, Rochdale 0, 27,401. Bear in mind, that was a freezing cold night. I remember me and Jacob and all the guys were freezing our proverbials off at the game. Sunderland 3, Bristol Rovers 0, 31,541. Sunderland 1, Fleetwood 1, 28,255. And finally, Sunderland 2, Gillingham 2, the last game before lockdown, 29,872. Now, if you notice from that list, again, obviously, to some extent, you're going to have to knock off a few thousand because depending on how many away fans came to the stadium, like, that's fair enough. But for the most part, you would imagine 80-90% of that list, those numbers are Sunderland fans. And really the main point I wanted to make with all that was, Donald, I believe you could still I still believe you could redeem yourself if you sell to the right person. And if you're doing genuine due diligence on who's wanting to buy the club, fair enough. I had my say on the price. Go and look at it in the last video if you haven't checked it out. But for me, I just think we need to stop coming out with this BS narrative that it's the fans' fault. Because, and I even put this on Twitter, that Sunderland fans have been the one constant throughout years of underachieving, and we have underachieved for the good part of 10 years now. We've been the one constant that is always there. We've always regularly turned out, or at least regularly enough fans have turned out. Just look at the last 3 seasons, 17-18, 18-19, and 19-20. Each of the 3 seasons at that point was the worst season in the club's entire history. Well, certainly 17-18 was one of the worst in our history. But even then, we were averaging probably around about 20, the same figures, 25 to, those figures say everything, 25 to 30,000. And we got relegated just after coming down from the Premier League, by the way. And 2017 we had one blooming home win in the entire year. And we were still averaging very good figures. And then the next 2 seasons in League One, which we then finished 5th and then 8th, and I was, we've still averaged between 25 and 30,000. In fact, in some respects, probably more. I was amazed at how many attendances were over 30,000. I thought there was going to be loads more, about between 27 and 30,000. But still, nevertheless, each season, the last 3 seasons, has got progressively worse, and as subsequently the last 2 seasons have each taken the previous season's place as one of the worst seasons in our history. The last season just gone is the worst season in the club's entire history. And that's not to mention the fact that we regularly sell out away from home, and also given the fact that twice, in 2 visits to Wembley, we the first occasion, the Checker Trade final, we had over 40,000 Sunderland fans go. Also, when you consider the playoff final, granted I was a bit disappointed we didn't sell it out, but I can understand. That was just 6-7 weeks after we'd been to Wembley the first time, again, in an economically not so financially well-off area. To expect Sunderland fans to then go and pay massive amounts of money again, the first trip at Wembley would have took huge amounts of money out of their pockets. And to ask them to go a second time and commit fully, Could have given Methvin in particular could have helped the fans out a little bit, mate. But there you go. That's my whole point. We took huge numbers to Wembley twice in the last 2 years. We've sold out every game. We've almost sold out almost every game away from home, and not to mention the fact that we on a regular occasions we've gone over 30,000 in attendances since we've been in League One. And bearing in mind, even without the away fans, you're still talking near 30,000 Sunderland fans on many occasions throughout those home games. I'll love you and leave you there, guys. I'm hoping to have some interesting videos coming up in the next few days, but if not, the next one, more than likely, unless something else happens, will probably be the Chris Coleman Revisiting Managers video. Take care, guys. Love you lots and stay safe.